so this morning when we was at the Marion County Museum of History, the lady told us that tonight they're releasing a bunch of bats. So in the spirit of October and Halloween, we are out to see some bats. So hopefully, it's a little bit rainy, so hopefully we'll get to see something. Oh, there's so many. Okay, we don't know where we're going. There's a bunch of people over there. I bet that's it. Yeah, probably. Hey, Mom. It's foggy out. Heritage Nature Conservancy. Playground. They just stick parks everywhere here. I love it. A bunch of people, so we think we're in the right spot here. I see some park rangers.
Again, it's like a hissing, screeching sound. Hissing, screeching sound. All right, kids, listen up. If we're loud or we're noisy, they're not going to come out. So we need to be quiet.
Oh, he's up there. I see him. Okay. Maybe you can see him or not. See him right there? He's right on the edge up there.
Que no. Este es de
Yes. All right, so what we're going to talk about real quick is the different species of Florida bats. My name is Andrew Nichols, by the way. Sorry I did not get an introduction earlier. I had to take an emergency call. But I'm one of the park rangers here. And I know a little bit about bats. We're going to try. If you have any questions, save them towards the end, and I'm probably going to be able to answer them. But if we look right here, this is one of our bats we have. This is the Mexican free-tail bat. Mexican free-tail bat is the one that we're going to see here tonight when they do come out. They call it a Mexican free-tail because it has a short, stubby little tail on his back that other bat species don't have that. And we have right here, this is a Pallas's Mastiff bat. We have the gray. Questions towards the end. All right, so the other cave roosting bat we have up here is the gray bat. Now, when we talk about tree roosting bats, where would tree roosting bats live? In the trees. So a lot of times we're going to find them up in the dead palm fronds up here and up in the Spanish moss. So they don't actually sleep in a bat house like these ones do. They're not a cave dwelling bat. They're going to be a tree roosting bat. And we do have these in Florida. We have the Seminole Bat. He's probably one of the friendlier of the bats. We have the Rafiki's big-eared bat. He has really big ears. We have the Northern Yellow Bat. We have the Eastern Red Bat. And then this one is the Hoary Bat, which we don't really see those around here. Those are more South Florida. And there is a few up in the Northern Panhandle. These ones over here are going to roost in trees and caves. This is the Southeastern Bat. He is one of the more common ones you will see throughout Florida, along with the Mexican free-tail, the Florida Bonneted Bat, the Evening Bat. Sorry, my bad. Go ahead. Bug. All right. Bug. All right, we have the Evening Bat right here. The Evening Bat is super common, more north towards Georgia and Tennessee. There's a ton of those out in Texas as well. The big brown bat is one of the largest species of bat here in the United States. And the tricolored bat, which is another one that is super rare and uncommon. All right.
I'm just going to walk around. You guys can listen to them and I'll walk this around.
All right, so stay up here.
Y'all stay still.
Stay up here, stay still. All right, so why would bats be kind of rare? Why do we not see bats that often? Go ahead. They do fly through the night. Go ahead. Because they're nocturnal. That is true, but also have a disease called white nose disease, and it's spreading more up north. I haven't heard of any cases here in Florida yet, but it could possibly come here. And basically what it is a fungus that we track on her feet into caves. So when people go visit caves to go see bats, they can track the fungus in. And what happens is it reacts with the bat's respiratory system, and it causes them to die, basically. So a lot of the bats are becoming endangered because of white nose disease. So we like to tell people, if you're going to go to a cave, a lot of times you're going to wear rubber boots, decontaminate yourself before you go in and before you go out. That's why we don't like just going in caves. But down here, like I said, they don't really have that problem, and it's mainly because they're not nesting together a whole bunch in caves like they do up north. Down here, they're able to hunt, and they don't really have to hibernate like they do up in like Kentucky and Tennessee and stuff. How long do you think bats can live for? 14 years. So some species can live 14 years. Yeah, so the Mexican free-tailed bat lives about 5 years. There is some species of bats that can live up to 30 years. So that is kind of cool. It's a long time. Yeah. So she's talking about hearing the bats. What are they doing right now as far as like when we hear them?
Talking.
They're talking. So they use what we call echolocation, the same way that like whales and dolphins would communicate back and forth. But what happens is it's kind of like you when you're asking your mom for snacks, how you start screaming at your mom really loud, and your mom's like, hey, be quiet, here's a snack. Yep, so bats kind of do the same thing. They scream really loud. They're actually the loudest animal on earth. And they will scream at their food, and the noise bounces off and they catch it in their ears. So that's how they can see in the dark, is they see by sound. So they actually don't have to have light to see. So cool thing about bats is they can eat up to 12,000 mosquitoes an hour. An hour. Bats often consume their body weight in insects every night, helping keep bug populations in check. What's that? They do here. That's what I just said. Most bats have 1 pup a year. Some bats will have 2 to 3 pups a year, which also makes them very vulnerable to extinction, because that's really not a whole lot of pups that they're having per year. So what is bat poop called? What do we call bat droppings, bat poop? Anybody know?
Guano.
Guano. So what products will we find guano in? Will we use?
Guano.
Guano.
I like that name.
What products would have bat poop? What does bat poop use?
My kid, Guano.
Anybody know?
It's like guacamole.
Guacamole.
Fertilizer, yeah. So bat poop is not found in mascara. There was an old common myth that bat poop was in mascara. There is a product that is similar to the word guano, but it is not found in mascara. It's not found in energy drinks. It's not found in Doritos. If you look at the back of Doritos, everyone said.
I'm sorry, am I your way?
No, you're fine.
Interesting. Right.
So,
You take a picture?
what
Yeah,
the
you're good.
largest species of bat is in the world? What's that?
The vampire
So the
bat.
flying fox,
Huh?
flying
The vampire
fox
bat.
is,
Yeah.
lives in the Pacific Islands around Malaysia. We don't have those here, but it has a wingspan up to 6 feet, which is very big. So as tall as I am, its wings spread out as tall as I am. Yeah, vampire bat is, they don't just fly, they also run on the ground. They're very agile on the ground, and they will jump up and they can sense the capillaries in the blood. So as the blood's pumping, they can sense it, and they will bite. And when they do bite, they have a kind of an anesthetic where the animal doesn't even feel it, so it's not very painful at all. They'll drink the blood, and they will actually nurse other sick vampire bats and feed their young the blood as well. But luckily, we don't have any of those here in Florida. We mainly have the Mexican free-tail and some other species that I was talking about a minute ago. How fast do we think bats can fly?
We'll be fine. Everybody else is out here. Hush them out.
Right? So the average bat can fly up to about 60 miles an hour. Are more agile than a bird. And the reason I say that is because their wings are like fingers. They have flaps of skin that go in between their fingers, which are the wings, and the little bones of the wings are the finger and the fingertips. Alright, so the Mexican free-tail bat has also been clocked up to 100 miles an hour, which is super fast. So they can tuck their wings in and they can dive. A lot of times what they're going to do is when they're hunting for prey, they're going to fly above their prey, just like a dogfight would happen on with a plane. Is they go above their prey, and when they see their prey through echolocation, they dive down and grab their prey. So how high can bats fly? Alright, so bats can fly up to 10,000 feet in the air, which that's about as high as most planes fly, and that's also as high as a bald eagle flies.
Owls. We got one more, right?
Hey, Bronson, back up. They don't like people up on
Alright, so
top
what
of them.
George is going to show you all now is we actually have a bat skeleton. So if we look on here, I was talking about how its bones or its fingers on its hand up here. See how it kind of looks like her hand if we go like this? Alright guys, so I just got to ask a good question. How did the bats get here? What happens is we provided a home for the bats and they came here on their own. So what happens is bats will communicate with each other through echolocation, but also just through communicating just like we do. And what happens is we have multiple chambers that are up here in the bat house. So it's like multiple rooms in a house. It's called the bat mansion. We're estimating about 10,000 bats live in here. So what happened was we built the house, and one little bat came up here and said, hey, this looks like a good place to live. It's better than living up here in the tree. Why don't we find some
Andy, sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know if you said this or not. Maybe you did. So they're gonna first come out and they're gonna pee and poop. Right? So, I'm just saying, you can stay there if you want to, keep your mouth open, but you might want to move back a little bit. So that's the first thing you're going to do. Come out, pee and poop. And they're going to come out really quick, and they're going to bump into you, maybe, right? You just want the best thing. They're not going to hurt you, but they might bump into you.
Keep your hands down by your
Go
side.
back a little bit.
Oh, there's one.
Right? So the bats came here on their own, and they basically told their friends, and their friends told their friends, and their friends told their friends. And what ended up happening was we have 10,000 bats in here right now.
Yeah,
What
it's
else?
on video.
We
It's
have
funny. Take a
snakes.
picture.
We have other predators that climb up the trees, and they're going to take over the bat house. So what you want to do is you want to get a giant pole, probably about 12 to 13 feet up in the air. Put your bat house on it, and it's better to have more than one. You want to have at least two, maybe back to back, or if you can get them, so you can put them on the other side as well. Doesn't really matter if they're facing north and south. Once you start getting bats in one house, you'll start getting bats in other houses as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool over here.
You don't have to worry though, they're not going to fly in your hair. That is another myth. Everyone thinks that a bat's going to get tangled up in their hair. That's not going to happen. They know where they're going. Yes.
Oh, there they come.
You hear them start getting a little more active?
So they send out a couple bats and then they can come back and when it gets dark enough, which it should be right now, they're going to start flying out and they come out like a bat.
Oh, there they are. Ah.
Braylon, they're coming.
They're going to fly fast, you won't be able to see them, but this is exactly what they look like. So this is a dead bat, but this is what they look like. I'm going to hand it to you guys. One,
I already saw them. Right there, right there. I already saw the bat.
two. I'm going to hand you two. Three. Nah, I'm going to hand you two. These are the two that are actually in here. That's what they really look like. I'm going to hand these two out. You just toss them around, all right?
Are sugar clatters and bats in the same family, or is it more in the squirrel family?
So sugar gliders and bats are not the same family. They are similar. They are a mammal that glides, but the bats are the only mammals that really fly. No, that was George.
Oh, wow.
Oh. Oh, it's right in my head. I know.
And then there's
They are hard to see. If we watch closely, we'll see them coming out. And they're actually
Oh,
zipping
there
right
it went
around
again.
right now.
I'm gonna put this up and leave it. Oh, right in my head.
What I said,
I can't tell if I'm getting them or not. Oh, that one went. Oh my goodness, look how many. Ah! Ah! I think I got a bunch of them. I took 100 pictures.
Back where you belong. Back where you belong.
Oh, they're fast.
You're saying I'm not. I have Harry Potter. 8,000. Back to you. I have Harry Potter. Oh my God. Shine a light on you. Shine a light on you. Bad. Shush. Back where you belong. I just got peed on. Back where you belong.
Oh, there's so many.
Oh, they're everywhere, Bob.
Oh my Lord. He said there's like 10,000 of them in there. Swarms. They're so fast.
Yo, one comes out of my face.
Probably.
Oh, we're going to have to go by and tell that lady thank you for telling us about this.
My mom's dead.
I'm a bad virgin to be touched.
It's so wild.
I'm the bad virgin. Right here. At least 12. Instead of me,
They're like, that's like a foot over your head doing this. They're just everywhere.
Hey, just keep jumping.
Oh, I had no idea they flew that fast.
Well, we got a bunch of them. We're going to see if I can get a couple more.
Hey folks, we're free to watch the bats. If we have any questions, I'm going to be walking around answering questions. So if you have any questions, let me know. And I'll try and answer the best I can. If not, you can catch us at one of our pop-up programs or at one of our other scheduled programs. If you can't remember what question you had tonight, feel free to ask me next time you see me in a park or whatever, or at one of our pop-up programs, and I'll do my best to answer it.
So it's late, it's dark. The bats were awesome. That was neat. It turned out it was a whole presentation with owls and bats, a nature walk. It was a lot of fun. A lot of people were here. They were very informative. So the bats are fast. So hopefully the videos, we can see enough of it. We'll check that out when we get home. Bye.